too good. The Vice or the Jinx skin, we talked about this last weekend. The original, just better. You know.
Nothing against flappers or anything. It's just Zap just feels more satisfying in the base.
Now see if he had used one skin with Mafia Jinx, first game with Mafia Jinx, and then the second game gone Classic Jinx, we would know that he was just saying, I could have used the skin. I made a conscious choice not to. Then we could have given the skin war over to TWZ.
Yeah.
Twice in that case.
Also, I like her ultimate better, the Super Mega Death Rocket.
Yeah.
When it's the classic skin.
Well, and the what's the W, the shocky, slowy thing?
Zap.
Zap.
It's a Zap, yeah.
W. Is it?
Zap is W? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. I talk myself out of things sometimes. And I say, no, Flame Chompers is W. No, there you go.
That's E. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what I started on, and then I talked myself out of it. I was like, I just don't know.
Deep Ward's coming out for vVv. All the way in the back of TWC's jungle. They're going to see if a 2v1 lane comes out up in that top.
Lee Sin Q going to miss, so Kez not going to see the vVv 4 strong on the front. And they'll actually get through into the jungle without any warding here. vVv staying strong. In is out and walking. Red pings as the ball going to give away the game for vVv. They roll on to a ward and will be spotted. Gotcha going to recall. Tails going to recall. Looks like they may send him up top.
Yep, TWZ going to have to give over their blue, but they're going to pull Yazuki down to go help Kez go ahead and do that red buff. Maybe they're going to try to steal it away. It's worth a shot.
And Porpoise Pop's going to take it low enough. Blue buff taken care of here, but now can they get clear? Porpoise Pop's low, and I'm going to get a little bit of help from Get Snuggle. Flash, and Bobby Hank go with a flash answer. First blood is going to happen. Give it some time. Down it goes. It's going to be Bishu that grabs it. Bobby Hank Hill on the run. Nice spin. And they get it. Get Snuggled going to secure it there. But this vVv fight is getting real scraggly. Bishu with some good looks here. Here comes Kez. He can finish it off, but he's going to give it to Nidus or Main? Or is... Okay, flash forward there. Jeez, Beluga in trouble as Kez decides to go after that one. And in what is just a mess... It's going to end up 3 for 1 on the overall, with vVv getting the worst of it.
That was a great call by TWZ, though. They basically said, let's just send Alistar up there, check the situation, assess it. Nidus Germain was like, wait a second. Tails and Godshoe went top. So it's going to be a 4v3. Ends up being a 4v2 eventually, and then becoming a 4v3. And they lose 3 for 1 in that fight. vVv down 900 gold 3 minutes into the game. That's terrible.
Didn't get the first blood money either, so...
Yeah. It's very, very close.
It's a very early gold difference over time. Sorry. But a significant one at that. Porpoise Pop's in trouble. It's TWZ going to keep the pressure on. Red buff burning. Does he have the Q? Is the burn enough? No, not enough.
No. Oh, here comes Snuggle.
Going to come up. Bishu could be in trouble here. Cheese Beluga coming in. Nope. Headbutt going to get him away. TWZ.
The levels.
Being super obnoxious here. And rightly so. I mean, if you can slow down that jungle, they might have just put the game over for vVv. That invade, very successful. They're still up to 900 gold. Tails, obviously going to be free farming up top, and that could be a bit of the difference, but they got free farm going on down bottom. Just hasn't quite caught everything up. Kez going to walk away with a red buff. With a Vi's red buff, more specifically, and more importantly.
Yeah, and Get Snuggled is extremely behind Yazuki right now. 10 CS down. 2 levels down. He's still level 1. He has a TP, so he could have gotten the lane a little faster if he had used it, but he still doesn't want to risk it. Ooh, Nidus going all in already.
Worth a mention that early blue buff went over to Oriana as well.
That's
so
true.
Bishu got off to about as good a start as you possibly can as he picked up the first blood, got an assist, and grabbed the blue buff.
Yeah, he is going to be extremely happy about that. Hasn't backed yet. So he's just trying to put the pressure on with that blue. Constant use of his W on that one. The dissonance is doing so much damage, and we saw it in that pinch hole. And here comes Porpoise Pops.
Gonna walk in. Bishu in trouble, runs low. Needs a little bit more. They're gonna get it as Porpoise Pops tanks it out. Oh, not gonna make it out. Down he goes. It's a trade, and Bishu gonna get some extra money. They started digging their way out of the hole, and then Cheese Beluga throws a shovel down bottom and accidentally digs out the bottom.
Porpoise
right.
Pops maybe could have taken one more tower shot on that one to make it a perfect rotation, but it looked like Cheese Beluga was only going to take one shot as he was backing out. And then he takes that extra one. That's just that one more. Bad luck on his part, but a good dive to get the blue off of Oriana. If nothing else was achieved, that was.
Pressure up top, stays strong. As they're up 5 CS, but the gold spread's still favoring TWZ right now. I gotta say, vVv playing strong, can't let it get the better of them. And like you said, got that blue buff off of Bishu, which means that there's a little bit of salvage for the lane. Smart play by vVv there to really aggressively go after Bishu, get rid of the blue buff, and get a little bit of gold swinging back in their direction. Still down about 800 gold here. Bobby Hank Hill pushing into the turret as much as humanly possible, but he's been by his lonesome for the most part. Nidus remain now making it back out to bottom lane.
Yeah, and down bottom gets snuggled. Having a little bit of a better time here, but he's still down on levels, down in gold overall. He does have that kill, which is going to help him out a tiny bit. He is about even with Yazuki, but Yazuki hitting 6 already, and poor Snuggled still level 4.
In spite of the aggression onto Porpoise Pops, still going to have a lead gold-wise. Chompers drop, so Get Snuggled has to take the long way out. Yeah, a lot of damage put down there.
Nidus's Alistar play has actually really impressed me so far. Like, what he's just doing right there, he went to hit the turret, Get Snuggled goes up, says, I'm going to get the CS that I can, and since he's on the opposite side of him, he hits him out of turret range, and then ground slams, just hits him up. It's just fantastic play there. I guess I shouldn't call it ground slam because that's Malphite's move.
Yeah.
So,
it's
a little bit of confusion.
Well, there's a knockup on one, but yeah, basically the same. It looks
Slams the ground, pulverized, knocks him up in the air. Just great play there.
It's the same.
It's really hard to play against something you don't typically play against either, especially in the 2v1 lane. Usually it's a ranged ADC like a Sona or a Thresh that's going to start poking you when you get close, but this is an all-in support that's going to lock you up, is going to CC you if you make a mistake, and very, very hard to come back when you're punished by somebody like Alistar. He's already used the TP, which shows that that's how much pressure he's had on him.
And the big purple fun time zone that Yazuki dropping, putting a lot of CS in his back pocket there. 37 to 19. Like you mentioned before, the kill going to help sort of smooth that out a little bit. And Get Snuggled, if there's anybody to run up against an AD lane, it's got to be Malphite. He'll just be able to soak up a lot of the damage that Bobby Hank Hill is able to put out, which has allowed him to now push away from turret in the 2v1 lane. Obviously, Nidus remain going to have fairly long cooldowns on everything here early on. Will help with the sustain, but isn't going to be that much of a threat to Get Snuggled, especially as that the armor starts to pile on for Get Snuggled, because Bobby Hank Hill will then just have to spend a lot of time trying to work him down, and especially early on with a Jinx. It's going to be a hard thing to do.
Yeah, and turret might go down this push right here. Get Snuggled trying to keep the minion wave away so that it'll go on Bobby afterwards. Keeping the caster minions right out of range. He's going to have Kez and Cheese coming.
Kez going to Q there, drops the ult, and Kez going to get in range for it. Can't drop the ult in response. Down comes Cheese Beluga. Kez will have the ult now to spin on Nidus remain. They're getting work done. Exhaust going to get dropped on the Cheese Beluga. Kez out of the jungle. I said Kez twice when it was Porpoise Pops, but Kez out of the jungle now for TWZ. They play Vi once, they're Vi the whole game. Shockwave going to pull Cheese Beluga back in. Kez will finish it up. 5-3 the count, and they're going to hold on to their 1K gold lead on TWZ.
I think I baited you into that one, though, because I think I said Kez.
It's your fault then, yeah.
He was playing Vi last game. So I saw Vi coming down, I'm like, oh, it's got to be Kez. Nope, it's the Porpoise Pops.
Yeah, I used to call Maokai the odd one, no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, here comes odd one. Oh, nope. That's like Season 2 goodness.
Trying to finish off top outer, but Yazuki going to play it well forward. Bottom outer falls now to TWZ. They'll pick up the first turret of the game. It will quickly be answered back here as vVv, if they're tenacious enough, will finish it off. Ganshu does the work. Fear now down onto Yazuki. Tails withered. And try and smack him in the back of the head. The ult's burning. The barrier's there. Ganshu just not scary enough, and Yazuki forces him out, man. Nicely done right there by Yazuki. He's getting big, 52 CS, and grabs himself a kill. Making Malphite look a little sad down bottom as he's down 25 CS. Does have an assist up over Yazuki in the top lane, but hasn't been having the time of his life, as the song goes. 1.2k gold lead, and Yazuki with a lot of quality time at the turret.
TWZ looking to take this dragon. And Tails up top, that was a little bit of a misplay because he used his Relentless Pursuit, his E, which removed slows, which would have removed the Wither to get a double shot proc, to get his passive onto the turret to try and kill it faster. So he used his mobility tool to try and be offensive on the turret. So Yazuki's like, I should go all in right now. Withers him, blows his ultimate, and just chases him down with Ghost. So Tails probably could have played that one a little better and maybe saved his life.
CS lead right now belongs to Bobby Hank Hill, 74. Lucian keeping it in tight with the 2 assists. Going to keep the gold on to the spunky lady from Piltover.
Spunky lady from Piltover.
What?
Yeah, apparently she's the cop now. I guess it's a theme though.
Yeah.
Oh wait, which one? The Vi or
Jinx.
Jinx? Oh,
I said Jinx,
okay.
didn't I? Did I say Vi?
Spunky lady from Piltover is all I heard.
They're both. I guess they're both
Jinx.
spunky.
Yeah.
I like to think of it more as
Spunk to you.
yeah. Well, you just say Jinx. Jinx has Vi has Moxie.
Okay.
Jinx has Spunk.
Okay. I can see that. Sorry about that.
For our old timey terms, that's fine.
I was just like,
Fault. I went deep on the lore, and you had to pull that stuff out of the back of your brain.
no, I was just like the lady of Piltover. Well, there's a Vi here, and then oh, here comes Got You.
Gonna hop on to a Bobby Hank Hill with nowhere to go. Now that he's in a 2v2 lane, gonna get picked up. Porpoise pops out of the jungle. Yazuki gonna have to go on the run. Godshu at the front. He's slowing it down. Look at that damage output onto Tails. Tails gonna be able to get a little bit of range. Gotta stay away though, as Kez gonna come in on this one. Drop the Tempest, go on the run. Kez will be able to get clear as the front line comes in. Bishu down, looking for trouble. Gonna find a shockwave on the Godshu. Can they get him? Minion shot's not quite enough to finish the job, even though they chase him off. Minus retained. Beefy enough to stay to front. And down to 1,000 gold game again here. Sends the Rolling Rock his way. Let's start up on bottom outer turret. vVv 4v3. Tails looking for a jump back line there. Rocket. Tails will be lower. They will stay alive at the back side of the fight. Porpoise pops in to keep the front strong. Chief Beluga doing the same. Bishu on the chase. Going to get slowed with the missiles, as will Alistair. Can't catch it up. Kez is looking for a Q to land. No, not going to send it out.
And that Super Mega Death Rocket just lined up Nidus Hermain to go ahead and pulverize them into the air. Do a lot of damage there and got the flash as well. I believe that was from Godshu, actually, after the shockwave. So a very great play there. All around, it will go 2 for nothing in the favor of vVv. So evening up the gold a little bit, still 1.2k gold disadvantage for vVv. And TWZ, man, they're just roaming around the map now. They're playing vVv's game.
Yeah, and I got to say, vVv, you go down 3-1 in an opening fight, that can certainly be something that puts you off all game long. You know, especially when they continue to give over kills, but now they're keeping it tenacious. They're staying in the fight. It's one of those things, you can't let it get into your head too much. You can't go on tilt. Bobby Hank Hill just going to stop. Just going to play a little waiting game there. See if Godshu won't come at him. Godshu not going to do it, though, as Alistair joins in. TWZ will be able to clear them away. Bottom side river. Lots of pings onto this ward as Bobby Hank Hill wanted to finish it off. Blue buff started up. Snuggled and Yazuki playing the 1v1 game up top lane. As that tower basically primed to go if Yazuki can get in on it.
And Kez might actually be... Kez? I keep saying that. Porpoise Pops looks like he was going around to contest the red. Oh, I see a Vi, and it's just ingrained in my brain.
Your brain throws back to the last person who was using it, because you said it a million times before.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Alistar gonna come up. Nidus Hermain. I'm just gonna say Vi. I'm gonna refer to the champion. Give myself a second. Look at the Porpoise. So Alistar actually coming around.
First one belongs to TWZ, and you know they weren't able to run away with it. Alistair roaming into Tri-Brush. There's nobody here to get snuggled safe, and certainly they're beefy enough to be angry and aggressive. Kez going to join as well and get snuggled. Going to end up in a bad way up top as there's just no ward coverage. And Vi in the area. Porpoise Pops could come up and help out. Yazuki just going to walk forward onto the turret and get snuggled, headbutted out from under. A lot of damage right there. Kev's going to send some shots the wrong way. Lane more or less cleared out, and TWZ going to have to back it up as Porpoise Pops had time to get there. Nicely played there. Some miscommunication on skill order from TWZ. Ends up getting Get Snuggled out of a lot of potential damage. And he's able to stay the course, get the lane cleared away. Bobby Hank Hill under attack from Tails, bottom lane. Brings out the cork, and that'll be enough to back Tails off for now. Cheese Beluga taking some shots from Bishu. In very good shape, 108 CS 212. As Kez hits the tri-brush, looking for fun times. Gonna clear those wards away.
And Godshoe gonna get both the pink and the green for his trouble with that pink ward. Down bottom though, Tails trying to push in on Bobby and get this turret for himself. It's a 1v1 between the ADCs, and they're both even in terms of items here. Just a little bit more CS in the favor of Tails. He is, I think they're about the same. No, Tails actually has a little bit of an advantage because of just the fact that he's been farming so well.
Yeah, Tails
I guess he is.
125 CS, the Dragon, not going to be enough to make up for it.
Dragon is in favor of TWZ. Up very, very shortly. Looking to contest. The teleport from Yazuki isn't going to be up in time if they contest it immediately. If they give it some time, then it'll be up. But if they see Porpoise pops up in the top lane, that might be their cue to go do it.
Both junglers north of field here. Going to see Yazuki hang out, wait for a minion line. But certainly vVv keeping TWZ on their toes, making sure that they can't just walk down to that Dragon for free. Tails in the area as well. Kez is going to head down and lead it out as you've got Malphite taking place. A Porpoise pops up top side. They're going to go down, start dragging up, and I think they might be a little too far out to contest this one. It's going to go down quick. Bobby Hank kills passive, the ramp up, I should say, and switcheroo.
Yeah.
They'll get that Dragon with no problem. 2-0 the Dragon count. 2.5k gold lead for TWZ.
And they're going to be able to start pushing this out. Get Snuggled, meanwhile, pushing in that top lane. But his minion wave is far off. And Malphite, not the greatest tower pusher. He's decent at clearing waves and engaging on team fights with the teleport that he brought. But his tower pushing and his tower destruction isn't that great. And Bishu might try to steal this. He does!
Right out from under his nose there, Bishu. Nicely played, nice timing on getting over there. 2.3k gold lead still for TWZ as Yazuki gets back to work top lane.
Wow. Great steal there by Bishu. Really wanted that blue and denying Cheese Beluga his. And the Kazakhs pick didn't work for them last game, and it hasn't been coming to fruition this game either. So the Kazakh pick is a little bit, it's a hit or miss so far. So hopefully he can make use of it. Bishu is extremely comfortable on his Orianna. He's pretty much famed for his Orianna shockwaves and how accurate they are. So they gave it to him once again, didn't ban it out, and Cheese Beluga going back to the same pick. So we're seeing more of the same from last game, but I don't know. Didn't work out for Cheese Beluga. Maybe he's thinking he's going to have better luck this game with that character. I don't know.
Must have been. He must have been like, it wasn't me. So I'm playing him again. In this case, 2 ball delivery systems. You got Alistair in there. You got Kez.
Yeah.
Nice long range. Send the shockwave into the pile stuff. So Bishu primed for huge shockwaves last game. They were a big part of why TWZ was able to walk away with things. And they didn't see fit to take Orianna off of the field as some other teams have over the course of the day. Get Snuggled going to take a big shot to the back of the head. That staff much heavier than it looks. And good damage put onto Cheese Beluga at range because Bishu, scary guy.
Yeah, and Yazuki this game goes for the Iceborne Gauntlet as opposed to the Frozen Heart, which he did previously on Nasus. So he's not looking for that attack speed slow, he's looking for the AoE slow, and basically the stickiness that would bring to him, so that he could just stay on them and basically stop Tails from getting away and peel for Bobby Hank Hill. Like I said, when you have a Jinx, you have to put your composition and have her in mind. So we have the Alistar for the peel, we're going to have Yazuki with his Iceborne Gauntlet for peel as well. Nice little slow zone throwing that one down.
Final outer turret going to fall. Going to get the flash there out of Pops, who runs low at the front. Tails going to pick up Nidus or main. They'll turn it back. TWZ going to take a shot there. Yazuki just going to get the order to head back up top and farm it there with Get Snuggled. Nowhere to be seen. That top inner turret could be in trouble. A problem that vVv was never able to recover from last game. The Yazuki split push. Right now, 155 to 89 CS. And it's just been Get Snuggled getting beat up. That ult going to have a lot of utility if they can force a team fight out of it. But Yazuki pack and teleport. He basically only needs to show up when he wants to. Get Snuggled got to teleport as well. So they can play that game of chicken as long as they like. And both can trade off the teleports. Both of them up and ready to spend. Tails at 167 CS as well. Right now, 144 on Jinx. So the 80 carry game running pretty even as the gold really in TWZ's favor on back to global objectives.
Yeah, and Yazuki just constantly pushing, has the TP, and he's going up against Get Snuggled, and I think he would win in a duel one-on-one at this point. I think Get Snuggled is a little bit behind him, and that's an understatement at this point.
Yeah.
I think he's actually got about 2k gold over him in his pocket. About like 130%, 150% of his gold. So Yazuki is just doing a great job once again. Highest level in the game, like he was last game on Shyvana. So having a different type of Nasus game than the first one he had.
Yeah, certainly in good shape right now. Very, very scary. Got the frosty gloves. And pretty much primed to go. At 6,800 gold all told, and is going to run it on Cheese Beluga. You can see the damage output right there. 50 until Dragon comes back up. And that one was bottom mid out? Yeah, bottom out.
Yeah. So they picked that one up for themselves. Turrets 2 to 3 right now. Still, this 3k gold difference between these teams. It's that first blood and those first couple kills that have kept TWZ in this game, and they haven't been able to put their foot on the gas too much. They're slowly but surely ramping Yazuki up. That if they start engaging late game, it might be too late for vVv. And ooh, Tails.
In a lot of trouble, gets ulted back into Bobby Hankill, just turns around, decides to try and get it on the run, but there's a lot of terrain blocking those ult shots. Tails gonna go down. 3v1 in the jungle, big pick right there, and TWZ gonna rush it to mid, see if they can't take advantage of the fact that a lot of lane clear just fell off. Got you, avoids a Q as Kez sends it straight through and ends up flying up over him. Ishu with the chase down, not gonna get a ton of damage put on to Fiddle. He's gonna try to clear the lane away as much as possible, silence out from Godshift. He's got vision on him. He'll back up through the moment. Yazuki just onto the turret, ignoring Gets Snuggled. Takes out top hitter by himself. Trying to survive, but they get a big headbutt on the Porpoise Pops, which... No, Porpoise Pops ulted through. Ugh. It did, but it just put him in range to finish off the ult, I think, is what I saw there. That was hard to follow.
Yeah, and Nidus ended up getting picked up despite having his ultimate on right underneath the turret. So his Unbreakable Will, Cheese Beluga, able to pick him up, and it gave him a reset on his leap, so he just jumped straight out of there afterwards, right away from Kez.
Now, what's the answer for Yazuki here? I mean, the Wither is going to mean Tails can't realistically go up there. Same for Cheese Beluga and Porpoise Pops. No. Get Snuggled, their best hope, and as you can see, Yazuki can basically just ignore that and walk on in with the teleport. It means he doesn't really need to be at the location of any given fight.
No, he really doesn't have to be there, and Kez stealing the blue. That blue has just been TWZ's. It hasn't been vVv's all game.
Show Bobby Hankill. Going to walk across. Little pink ward there. Rock Monster going to chase him in as Dragon pick up for vVv. Going to put some much needed gold in the coffers. Headbutt to Tails. Puts him over on the side of Yazuki. Yazuki, big as all get out. Is going to be able to beat Tails into the ground. Basically a 1v1 there, as Nidus Remain was not adding a lot of damage to the plow. Yazuki got to get bumped. Porpoise Pop taking the damage though. Cheese Beluga, Yazuki, a one-man wrecking crew right now. The fear going to come down, but they just can't put the damage onto him. He's got a ton of damage of his own. They try and go on the run. Get Snuggle, turns it around, drops the ult. Cheese Beluga going to pick up one. Porpoise Pops grabs another. Bobby Hankill sends the damage large and wide. Going to be able to pick up a kill there. They're going to continue on the chase after Godshu. Flash out over the wall. Porpoise Pops a little over half his health left, but won't be able to stand in the front against Yazuki and Kez, and it's the same story as last game. Yazuki, too big to fail.
And 2 for 2 there. And they're going to continue to push down this mid lane. Bobby Hankill, Jinx, very good at taking turrets, just going to attack speed up, and oh, Yazuki slamming with the Siphoning Strike for a lot of damage.
I gotta say, Zyrene, what is the answer to Yazuki at this point? He does too much damage to ignore. He can't be focused.
I have no idea what they can do about Yazuki. He's out of control. Highest level in the game, Wombat, and with Wither, Tails can't really answer for that. Maybe he can use Relentless Pursuit, but the fact that Tails isn't fed, he can't really do anything about it. Like, highest CS in the game, highest level, and I don't know what they can do. He's got an offensive item, he's got magic resist, he's got armor. I think they have to kind of wait it out, but if you wait out a Nasus, he scales even better than just having items because of the Siphoning Strike. So,
which right now is sitting at 110 plus 120 plus 282. So
Yep,
every shot on that one doing, what do you call that? That's 230 plus a little over 500 damage there.
Yeah, plus the fact that you add in his Iceborne Gauntlet, the 125% of his base attack when he uses it, it's... I don't even know. That's a lot of damage coming out from him. From somebody who's extremely tanky as well. And the fact that it gives him cooldown reduction on both the items he's purchased, it's on a basically 3-second cooldown, 2.75. He is going to be doing a lot of damage. He can use it on turrets and just utterly decimate them. So you have to pay attention to his split push. Just now hitting level 16, he's snowballing. You have to send multiple people after him. That's really what it comes down to. You have to send multiple people after him, but at the same time, TWZ will go get a free objective if you send more than one person over there.
Yeah, and hard to deal with as well, even if he runs the front of a team fight, because Bishu can always just throw the ball onto him. Got his Zonias ready, got the Seraph's Embraced finish. He's 225, so the Bishu damage output can't be ignored. You can't just ignore everybody else, focus Yazuki. You can't ignore Yazuki and focus everybody else. Little game of chess here between vVv and TWZ, and it's looking like vVv's in check at the very least.
Yeah, 100 CS behind on Get Snuggled. Yazuki is just, he is really what this game is coming down to right now. But Bishu has also had some primary shockwaves. He has the highest kill participation on his team. He's really been all over these picks and all over these kills that have been happening here. Dragon's going to be up in like 2.5 minutes, so there's nothing really to contest here. So they're just going to keep pushing things. And right now, Yazuki just pushed bottom. They're all rotating there.
And TWZ showing that coordination. We've given vVv big props for it. Now vVv just having to follow TWZ around the field. Not any crazy plays available to be made here. Pulverize going to knock Corpus Pomps into the air. He's going to try and get out of that one with a flash. He's going to spin the ult onto Bishu. Bishu Zonias. Corpus Pomps taking damage. Over the wall comes the shots from Tails. Not enough, though. Yazuki going to be run low after a long time under turret. Double kill for Jinx. They will get Yazuki off the field at the cost of 2. Tails going to drop to Kez. Gets snuggled there. Cheese Beluga comes back in. TWZ, if guilty of anything, might be a little of an overextension here, but can they catch it up? Cheese Beluga coming in. Nidus Remain going to be run low. Cheese Beluga triple. Can't finish the job. Jinx in from the back. In from the front, I'm sorry. It was Bishu coming in from the back. Gets snuggled. Going to drop there as they deny the quadra to Bobby Hank Hill. It'll be 3 for 5 on the overall and a turret grab for TWZ. They come out on top in a big way there. Push themselves out to, what is that, a 4 million gold lead? 5,500
about 5.
gold.
Yeah, it's about 5k gold lead here for TWZ. 5 for 3 in that overall exchange. And right there, as Cheese Beluga jumped in at the end to try and get Nidus Hermain, Nidus Hermain uses his exhaust mid-air on Cheese Beluga. Cheese Beluga wanted to go in. You could see it in his eyes, and he ends up jumping right after the ultimate from Alistar wears off, so it doesn't have the damage reduction. But then he gets exhausted. So it's basically the same amount of damage reduction there, and he couldn't do anything about that. So Cheese Beluga, unfortunate drop there, and then he just got picked off by Bobby, who had a red the entire time, was constantly kiting.
It's really well done. Kez back out onto the field, clearing the jungle away. Nidus Remain taking care of the vision problems around the field. If vVv was worried about wards, it's okay. Nidus Remain there to clean everything up. Cheese Beluga going to grab a blue buff. Got you there. Nidus Remain plenty beefy. I'll put some good damage onto him, though. The Fear going to waste some time. Pulverize will buy him an escape route here. Over the wall he goes. Yazuki more than happy to beat Cheese Beluga, but Porpoise pops in. Kez going to join the fight. Godshoe out the back, and they will not continue pursue. vVv calls it away. Cork going to land on a Godshoe. Porpoise pops has to turn it around, catches a Q from Kez. He's got a ward to jump to. Can't find anybody to hurt there. Lucian off to the side. The flank going to make things a little bit weird for TWZ. Jinx going to pick up or Malphite up a kill, picks up a kill on the Jinx. There we go. Words can do. Yazuki, look at him. 4v1, still taking 6 hours and still threatening to pick up a kill on somebody. Down he goes finally to Tails. Kez not off the field, but vVv say now or never. Let's grab this
Shockwave still available. Kez looking to deliver.
See what they can do. Baron falling quick. Sends it in. Shockwave's going to pull it back, pick up on the Vi. They've lost their smite. With Kez over the wall, they have to call it out. Are they going to tie it on? Here comes Kez. Kez finishes it off. Baron up goes to TWC. Does he have enough help to make it through? Does he have a ward to get up the wall? He's working. Snuggle does have a ward. Goes back in as well. Kez going to pay for it, though. Tails grabs the kill. Look at the backside of this fight. Bishu picks up one on the Malphite. The Rock Monster out. Nidus Remain will get another one. The bomb sent large, spreads wide. Not going to be able to catch Godshoe sleeping in that tri-brush. But TWZ walk away with the Baron grab. A bit of an awkward fight on the other side of it. Gets Kez killed. But they pick up 3 as Porpoise Pops get snuggled and Tails going to fall off the field.
Yeah, they were dedicated to that Baron, if nothing else. Porpoise Pops getting dropped, losing their smite. Kez coming in. Oh, but what set up that fight was Nidus Remain got caught out with his Oracle's Elixir. They picked him up, so there was no PO left for Jinx. Jinx comes a little too far forward, and then in the back, we saw the teleport from Get Snuggled used on that back ward inside the Baron pit. Comes in with the Unstoppable Force, blows up Jinx because he doesn't have Nidus Remain to peel for him anymore. They end up winning that fight, say, we're going to do Baron, and then disaster strikes for vVv.
UBC Dragon Crab going to put them out to 6,500 gold, and they will recall at least a couple to go buy some goodies. Porpoise Pops headed home as well. 31 minutes off the clock, 6 turrets to 2. vVv in bad shape after looking basically infallible all game long, or all tournament long, I should say, not all game. Game 1 they looked great, but
yeah, this game they were fallible from the start. I don't think the gold was ever in their favor. Maybe once. I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, the chart will pop up in a second, prove me right or wrong. I'll see what it is. But I don't think they ever had a gold lead in this game. They've always been behind ever since that very, very beginning. First blood going over to Bishu, and then 3 kills falling to 1 right off the bat. And they were just pushing that lead slowly but surely. So, fantastic job.
A couple times there, but yeah, it's been a very, very rough game for vVv. From the jump, 3 dragons to 1. vVv managed to sneak one away, but the Baron Crab with Kez still on the field was just a non-start for vVv. They even tried to call it away. Somebody said, hey, get back in there. Try to finish off that Baron. If we don't get it, well, we're playing to the 50-minute mark anyway. So, going to try and hold on here. The gold spread not too wide, but the play is just there, and Yazuki's so big on that front line. If only Get Snuggled had had a better game, they might have an answer for it. And as you can see, Yazuki just more than happy to ignore Get Snug. And he's 237 now, 160 CS. He's getting back into it. But it could be too little too late. Yazuki's still a very scary front line. He's going to leave him to his own devices with bottom inhibitor turret.
Yeah, he's going to just smack it once or twice. It'll go down extremely quickly. Look at him just beast that thing down, chunking it.
Fourth of the health of the turret, basically, there. Doing about 1 million damage with the siphoning strike.
Million damage.
Those any turrets got million health on it.
Can't do anything about that. So Bishu going for his staple, has the Seraph's Embrace, has the Zhonya's Hourglass, so he has both those items that are going to keep him nice and safe. He's got a Void Staff now, too, for that extra damage, and he looks like he's going to be going for a Rabadon soon. But over on Cheese Beluga, Trinity Force on Kha'Zix.
Doing close to 600 damage, maybe a little over, actually, on the Siphoning Strike for Yazuki. Shockwave going to pull him in. The ult from Jinx, not quite enough. Porpoise Pop's prepping a Q, but he's got nowhere to go with it, all dressed up. Just going to have to stand there looking silly with a glowing fist, and TWZ get away with another one.
They got 2 people out of there, so they weren't able to push it out. Tails using the culling to do quadruple damage to those minions. And Yazuki might be in trouble here.
Scary face is joined by Porpoise Pops as they get sick of Yazuki down bottom. They're able to wipe him off the field. Big pick right there as the minion line comes in. Tails on to Bishu, gets the slow. Can he catch him up? Cheese Beluga bumped out of the way.
Mid-air.
Pay for it though as Cheese Beluga picks up one more. Kez looks for the bump. Nice ult timing from Kez. But can they get out of the way? Cheese Beluga chasing it down again. Kez got a long run. Flashes over the wall. Cheese Beluga looking for the long way around. Gets snuggled in. Porpoise Pops gonna cut off the retreat here. It'll belong to Cheese Beluga. Down he goes. Assists out to Porpoise Pops and gets snuggled. A big get for vVv. We'll see if it's enough. They're going to push down middle. Long respawn times now that we're past the 30-minute mark. 34:20 off the clock. They're going to push it into mid-outer here. Get snuggled. Just going to tank it out. And I got to say, vVv with a big get there. Yazuki stays down bottom playing around too long, and vVv make a nice call.
Yeah, they make a really good play there. Oh, Bishu! Veered out from the flash. Wow.
Huge get as it's going to stagger the respawn on some damage dealers. Yazuki back, 20 seconds to head, 50 to Bishu. The get inhibitor. Yazuki going to come to the front. He's got big damage. It'll be enough to keep vVv away. They don't want to be 5. Back it out. Nidus Remain Might have to turn around and take a look at this one. But Snuggle's going to get knocked out. Nidus remain, running pro, got to kick off the side. Hold in on to Bobby Hank Hill. Porpoise Pops damage done, and Yazuki just running vVv around wherever he wants them. Do they have the time? Get snugged in too late. Tails gets the damage, but Kez comes back up and joins the fight in a big way. Yazuki, a one-man wrecking crew, and right now, they would just straight up be winning team fights if Yazuki was not in the position he's in.
That was vVv being greedy once again. They did it with Baron, where they were like, okay, we won the fight. We just lost Porpoise Pops, but we're still going to do the Baron, even though Kez is right there. And they do it again. They say, you know what, we're winning this fight. We want another turret. They overstay their welcome. They're slowed down, and they just get picked off one by one, all low. A lot of them don't even have mana. And then just get picked up, and ooh!
Bobby Hank Hill, Yazuki starts beating on him to see if they... God, Yazuki just healing back. The Wither going to make it hard for Cheese Beluga to get out. He's got a home guard. Does, so he'll be able to get back to the fight. Doesn't matter. Bishu picks one up on the tails. Big damage there. And Yazuki, what a front line. Right now, 3-4-7. His contribution to this game right now picks up the turret. They're going to take Bishu low. Zonya's Pop. Got to stand up. Yazuki at the back of the fight. Beat Cheese Beluga into a bulb. Put what damage he can on. They're going to get the kill, though, as Get Snuggled comes in. As he finally gets big enough to deal with this. Yazuki on the chase. Turns it around, and he's going to get himself... No, the fear! Not enough time. He turns around at the last second there. Cheese Beluga grabs one more. Baron back up. 8 seconds to Dragon.
That was the tenacity from Yazuki. He has the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. So he picked that up for the fear tenacity.
It's just so rough right now to get Yazuki off the field. Bishu, good damage dealing. Obviously, Bobby Hank Hill's got some good damage dealing, but Cheese Beluga, more or less an answer to both of them, as well as Get Snuggled as far as frontlining goes. Yazuki's just got that combination of damage and unkillableness. Making it very hard to answer him. Blue pings on the bench. They've got Kez straight at it.
Is it going to be a repeat?
They got
She's off on the side.
This Pops in too good a shape for them to wipe him off in a big way. Damage the Q with Lamp. Got you just being a sacrificial lamp. Foul. They started up on Bobby Hank. Oh, they get it. Comes in there. Kez going to go on the run for the top. There's a Q. Fight. Some love. Rams the top. Care of business real quick. Bishu, Zonya's buys him some time. Can he kill Bishu? And get it. Gets snuggled. Gets alive for the time being. I just pulverized. Yazuki with so much damage. Still an unkillable burden. 6, 5, 8. Get snuggled. Starting to get there damage-wise. A valiant effort from vVv, and I gotta say, even though Yazuki turned it around, it's showing how integral he is. Everything TWZ's doing is vVv got some great work done there. They end up 4 for 3. TWZ going to be unable to push outright, but Yazuki going to try it on anyway. Porpoise Pops. We'll see how the 1v1 goes.
And I guess Robo Wombat had returned for that. I don't know what it is. I think it's as soon as a big fight breaks out or something. This was happening to me last week, and I don't know if it's Skype, but it's definitely not microphone. It's definitely not internet connection. I don't know.
I'm not sure what the problem is, but I've checked everything. Up. Back. I'll get the fear on. Tail's going to come in to add the damage. He goes on the run. Will they get out of this one? Down he goes. Tails picks one up. 63 seconds without Yazuki. TWZ could be in trouble.
Yes, TWZ might be able to do Baron, though. No, they're going to back off of that. vVv might do Baron in their stead. They picked up Yazuki, that huge member, though. He doesn't have TP available either. He used it earlier to get into that middle of that team fight. 3k gold difference between them. Slowly but surely, vVv's been coming back into this. If they can pick up a Baron, they'll even it up. One inhibitor down in the mid lane. So there's pressure on them now to just not sit around and do nothing. So they have to do something here.
vVv grouping up around it. Bishu up with the ult. 25 seconds to Yazuki. Kez still got the smite in there, so there's the danger of it getting stolen away. vVv going to look for the right opportunity to deal with this. Baron angry at Godshoe. Some very unnecessary damage being taken right there. Which is about 2/5 of his health. Get Snuggle going to get slowed.
No Baron just yet for vVv. Porpoise Pops had the back there. And they basically just spin it out. The respawn timer's up for Yazuki. He's back. Dragon's live. So vVv might take their second dragon of the game here.
Gonna start closing it down, and as Get Snuggled gets bigger, obviously he's still gonna be a threat to the super squishies on the back line. TWZ trucking towards Baron.
If you use your smite on dragon, okay, he doesn't. So he's still gonna have it available. I was like, if they use smite, that's basically a go signal for TWZ to go do Baron. And they might bait this.
Gonna roll into the Baron pit. They see nothing there. And the ward's gonna give away vVv's positioning. Shockwave pulls Godshoe to the front. He drops off the field. Nidus remain on the chase. Porpoise Pops Q's away from it. They're gonna get Snuggled out the back, and Yazuki just gonna go play that game. The 1v1 now. And they'll add one on. Ted's going to make it 2v1. They'll put in a little cork. Get Snuggled. Actually manages to get out. Spins the ult to do it, but will get cooked. Nope. Nidus remain in. Knock it up. He's going to have to hang out with Baron for a little while. Cheese Beluga looking for a way into this fight. Bishu chasing it down. Get Snuggled. Will clear over the wall, but they've lost any help to grab it away. Baron TWZ in. Those Porpoise Pops going to run back in. Still smite.
Wow. Nidus was basically trying to feed him to the Sarlacc pit at that point, knocking him in. But Get Snuggled using the Unstoppable Force, and the Flash gets out of there. Tails had to go bottom. There's a huge minion wave there threatening that inhibitor. Because they have the buffed up minions on the side, because the middle lane is down, then they're not be able to have pressure anywhere for vVv. Baron once again on TWZ, second Baron of the game. You still with me?
Yeah.
All right. Whew. I don't know what's going on.
It's been a long game. I told you they were playing for 50 minutes, and vVv might be able to get themselves back into a 4K gold down. Obviously, the Baron buff spinning still their biggest problem. The fact that Yazuki will eat any damage they try to put out, and he's adding on some armor now. In addition to Frosty Gloves, he's got the Randallwood's Omen. He's got another chain vest on the other side of it, which is just going to mean his biggest danger. Well, actually, everybody's AD basically is going to be doing any sort of damage on the vVv side, so he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. Oh, Bobby Hankill going to get that Guardian Angel spun at the very least.
And Flash.
Even, and they're going to spin the ults. Will it be enough? No, not going to be enough. It's Snuggled, stuck in a pile of 4. He wants Bobby Hankill. He's going to get some help from Porpoise Pops here. They will wipe Malphite off the map. Yazuki comes in. Tail's going to have to try to deal with him, and he's got a Guardian Angel, so Yazuki doubled the terror there. Here in Nidus, and Fight going to knock him up. Out goes Kha'Zix. Tail's too low. Godshoe too low. Porpoise Pops just not a threat. You're going to try and run it away. Yazuki working Godshoe. He's just going to wait as much time as humanly possible. Bishu runs low. Kez comes in. Wants Tails to leave the area. Not going to matter as Bishu will come back out of the zone, pick up Tails, and it'll be 4 for 1 as they grab Bobby Hankill and nothing else.
Wow. So they get the Guardian Angel and they get Bobby Hankill, which is basically what this team composition is about for vVv. They're all about just dive him, get him, and they basically completed their job, but they lost 4 members doing it for that one. And Porpoise Pops left clear all by his lonesome. TWZ going straight for the base.
They're just walking forward. They've got super minions, and Porpoise Pops not a threat. Just gonna ult him out. Kez casually sitting him in a way. TWZ, not a lot of answers they got here. Get Snuggled, gonna be up in 3, but that Nexus is gonna fall super, super quick there. vVv with the GG calls. Down it goes. Home guard boots almost got him.
That was Unstoppable Force.
With what I gotta say, vVv looking immaculate all tournament long.